let's define one enemy object called UFO and then give it as the initial game screen. So model, let's define UFO class extends game figure always, then implement all of those three methods. So a game figure, a UFO, will be created at the initial game. So here let's add a game data, enemy object, add new UFO at certain location. Let's in XY is 100, YY is 100. Let's add them and appear at the initial game scene. In the UFO, we need to define a constructor UFO, which takes X and Y location initially. Then you can pass X and Y to game figure there. Then here we can import a UFO class there. So let's define how to render it. So UFO, we want to draw some oval kind of thing. So let's define size of the UFO as 30 pixels, and then we want to draw oval, something like this one, and the size is width of that, maybe 40, 30 maybe too small. Then let's have a flag to control the update, how it should fly horizontally only. So let's have a moving right to the right. Let's have it true. Initially it's moving to the right. And as to the rendering part, G2 set color, let's have a color blue for UFO, and then let's have a stroke of 1. So we have done in missile stroke thickness as 1. Then we fill oval X and Y is again, remember that always a computer graphics drawing is upper left corner. We are going to draw something like this oval. Then there is a bounding box, and this one is XY location of drawing, but center is this location of the object, the game figure object. So we need to subtract this half of the size thing to adjust the location. So let's do that. In oval, in XY's location, X is half of the size, so size is width. Then Y, we need to subtract location. Y is size. Let's have let me do this way. This is a height, and let's call this one as width. So let's define int width and height there. Then width means size, and height means half of the size, something like that. Let's define that. Then half of the height should be adjusted this much. Then width, height is how to draw. Here fill oval requires integer, so we need to typecast it, those float numbers, to int there. So rendering is done. Now update the part. So an update, if it's moving right, we will go until the end of the canvas. Now we assume that canvas is rendered. So if location X is greater than main window canvas, so main is not importing, so import class main window canvas and canvas width. So if it's greater than passes the end, then we say moving right is false. You should move left. Else if location x is less than or equal to 0, then moving right is true there. So if moving to the right, then location x is adding unit mover, else location x is subtracting unit mover. That's the update method. So let's define constant public static int unit mover is 5 pixels. Like that. So let's test the program. Now UFO appears on the sky and then it travels right and left infinitely. And then we can shoot a missile towards the UFO. At this moment, we don't do any collision detection, so eventually we will do that. But anyway, we have a very basic game engine demonstration here.